Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Siti Dania Shahira binti Syaiful Azri. So today we're diving into a topic that's critical for creating a fair and inclusive workplace, which is overcoming unconscious bias in recruitment. We'll explore the problem, the effects, and most importantly, how to address unconscious bias in your hiring process. So let's get started. So, unconscious bias is the unintentional preference or prejudice towards individuals based on factors such as gender, race, age, or background. In recruitment, this bias can affect decisions in subtle ways that often go unnoticed but can have lasting consequences on your workforce. So why is unconscious bias a problem? So firstly, unconscious bias leads to unfair hiring practice. This occurs because our hidden preference, often rooted in societal stereotype or personal experience, can influence how we perceive and evaluate candidates. Without conscious awareness, we might favor individuals who mirror our own backgrounds or communication style, even if their qualifications are not superior to others. This unintentional favoritism creates an uneven playing field, disadvantaging talented individuals and preventing organizations from accessing the best possible workforce. The consequences is a system where meritocracy is undermined by invisible yet powerful predisposition. Secondly, it limits diversity, stifles innovation, and perpetuates stereotypes. These three outcomes are intricately linked when unconscious bias steers us towards homogeneity in our selection and interactions, when inherently limit the range of perspective and experience within a group or organization. This lack of diversity directly hinders innovation, as different viewpoints are crucial for creative problem solving and the generation of novel ideas. Furthermore, unconscious bias often stems from and in turn reinforce existing stereotypes. By unconsciously favoring certain groups or making assumptions based on group affiliation, we contribute to the perpetuation of these stereotypes, making it harder for individuals to be seen and valued for their unique skills and contribution. Finally, biased decisions overlook qualified candidates and harm organizational performance. This point underscores the practical and tangible consequences of unconscious bias. When our judgments are clouded by hidden preference, we risk missing out on highly capable individuals who may not fit our unconscious ideal. This failure to recognize and recruit the best talent directly impacts an organization's ability to achieve its goals, reduce innovation, limited problem-solving capabilities, and a potential less engaged workforce all contribute to diminished organizational performance. In a sense, allowing unconscious bias to influence the decision is not only unfair, but also economically and strategically detrimental.
Unconscious bias in the workplace is just that, unconscious. It occurs before we realize and negatively shapes our assessments of people, especially when it comes to decisions such as hiring, promoting, and developing talent. Research shows that diverse, inclusive teams are not only more innovative, they're also more engaged and creative. Deloitte reports that inclusive workplaces are 6 times as likely to be innovative and have 2.3 times the cash flow per employee over non-inclusive workplaces in a 3-year period. But you have the ability to influence change right now.
Next, we move to negative impacts of unconscious bias. So the first one is reduced diversity stemming from unconscious bias leads to homogeneous teams and missed opportunities. When our hidden preference favors certain profiles, we inadvertently create teams lacking in varied perspective, experience, and skills. This homogeneity acts as a barrier to innovation and problem solving, as different viewpoints are essential for challenging assumptions and generating creative solutions. Consequently, Organizations with reduced diversity due to unconscious bias are likely to miss out on valuable opportunity that a more diverse and inclusive team might readily identify and capitalize on. Secondly, unconscious bias results in missed talent, specifically because potential candidates from underrepresented groups are overlooked. Our ingrained bias can lead us to undervalue or dismiss individuals who don't fit our preconceived notion of what a successful candidate looks like. This often disproportionately affects individuals from underrepresented groups who may face stereotypes or unconscious assumptions that overshadow their actual qualification and potential. By overlooking this talent pool, organizations not only perpetuate inequality but also limit their access to a wealth of skill, knowledge, and unique perspective that could drive significant success. And last one, the image points to the legal and ethical risks, stating that discriminatory hiring practice could lead to legal challenge. When unconscious bias manifests in hiring decision, it can easily cross the line into unlawful discrimination. Even unintentional bias can result in practice that disproportionately excludes certain groups, leading to potential lawsuits, reputational damage, and a failure to uphold ethical standards of fairness and equality. The legal and ethical ramifications underscore the critical need to address and mitigate unconscious bias in all organizational processes, particularly those related to talent acquisition and management. Now, let's talk about the positive impact of addressing unconscious bias. So, firstly, addressing bias leads to increased diversity, and as the image rightly stated, diverse teams improve innovation and problem solving. By consciously working to overcome our unconscious preference, we create opportunities for individuals from various backgrounds to contribute their unique perspective and experience. This diversity of thought fosters creativity, encourage more robust problem solving by considering multiple angles, and ultimately leads to more innovative and effective outcomes for teams and organizations. Secondly, inclusive practice. A direct result of addressing bias, cultivate a better talent pool by helping to attract top talent from various backgrounds. When organizations are known for their fair and unbiased practice, they become magnets for a wider range of skilled individuals who seek environments where they feel valued and have equal opportunities. By dismantling bias barriers, organizations tap into a richer and more diverse pool of talent, ensuring they have access to the best possible skill and expertise regardless of background. Furthermore, a commitment to addressing bias strengthens the employer brand, as fair recruitment practice builds a positive company image. In today's world, candidates are increasingly discerning about the values and practice of the organization they consider joining. A reputation for fairness, inclusivity, and actively combating bias enhance an employer's appeal, making it easier to attract top talent and build a strong and positive image in the wider community. This positive branding can also extend to customer relations and overall stakeholders' perception. Finally, addressing bias leads to higher engagement and retention because employees feel valued in an inclusive environment. When individuals experience a workplace where they are treated fairly, respected for their difference, and feel a sense of belonging, their levels of engagement and commitment naturally increase. An inclusive environment fostered by addressing bias cultivates a sense of psychological safety and value, leading to higher job satisfaction, reduce turnover, and a more motivated and productive workforce. So, what can organizations do to overcome unconscious bias? So, let's break it down with some practical solutions. First up, bias awareness and training. Educating hiring managers and recruiters on unconscious bias is crucial. This can be done through workshops, case studies, and real-life scenarios to help individuals recognize their own bias and learn how to combat them. Next, we have structured and standardized interviews. This means asking all candidates the same question and evaluating them based on predefined criteria, reducing the chance of subjective judgment and the bias. Another great solution is blind recruitment. By removing identifying details like names, gender, and age from resume, you ensure that recruiters focus purely on qualification and experience, not personal characteristics. Diverse hiring panels are also essential, including a variety of perspectives on the interview. Panel helps ensure fairer evaluations and reduce the dominance of one biased viewpoint. Using data-driven recruitment metrics is another effective approach. By tracking recruitment data such as diversity ratios and candidates' feedback, organizations can identify where bias might be creeping in and make adjustments accordingly. Finally, crafting inclusive job description and expanding your outreach can make a big difference. Using gender-neutral language and actively reach out to diverse job boards and community networks to attract a wide range of candidates. In conclusion, overcoming unconscious bias in recruitment is not just about eliminating a problem. It is about creating a more inclusive, innovative, and successful workplace. By implementing this solution, bias training, structured interviews, blind recruitment, diverse panels, data metrics, and inclusive job description, organizations can make better, fairer hiring decisions and unlock the full potential of their teams. That's all from me. Thank you for watching. By taking small, deliberate steps to address unconscious bias, we can create work environments that are truly inclusive and welcoming everyone.